money spent grinders, welcome back. We have all kinds of content in the game, including the new World Series rewards, Vida Blue and David Justice. And we have a new event, build a team of right-handed hitters and left-handed pitchers that will start on the 15th. That's today. New kitchen sink pack. I'm sure you've seen it by now. It's been out over the weekend. It's got the Evan Longoria, the Ron Guthrie. I did not upload No Money Spent over the weekend because I've been grinding. That's right, we did it, a 903 rating, no money spent. We made World Series before the buzzer. Over the last few days, I grinded World Series. I've been getting so much stuff done so that I can drop videos all week long this week. We are going to recap everything I did this weekend to get you caught up because I made World Series. We went 12-0 in the event again. I super-fractored some cards. We got lots to talk about. Collections got completed. I have a ton of packs that I've been saving up from all this stuff I've been doing the last few days. We'll get into some of those. But first, let me get you caught up. As you know, I like to grind stuff before I play ranked. I was 11-0 in events. I was grinding out my parallel live series, and I was just one win away from this 12-0. So I hopped in before ranked. We hit a moonshot with Mike Trout in the first. Still rallying here, and we get a 2-out knock on the infield that causes him to rage quit. I thought I was in a freeze-off at first, and I may have been. But I definitely wasn't going to back out when I was sitting here at 11-0. Eventually, we got the lost opponent. We went 12-0, and unfortunately for me, we got Liam Hendriks for the second time. None of the diamond rewards at 12 wins are any good, but hey, at least that's stubs that will help out with the collections, because we are going to do some collections in this video too. Next up, once I went 12-0 in that event, I checked my parallel progress on Trey Turner, and he was just a couple at-bats away. So no matter what he did, even if he went 0 for, he was going to parallel in this game. He just needed the at-bats, and it was a snoozer. 2-run bomb in the top of the 10th with Ryan McMahon ended up being the game winner. Edward Cabrera paralleled in that one. He threw a 2-hit shutout, and then Trey Turner went SUPERFRACTOR, even though he went 0 for like the rest of the team, and Marcus Semien went parallel 3. So very boring first game of ranked, and that's why I want to pause right here. I went into a little bit of a slump in that game. We pulled out the win. Thankfully, our pitching staff took care of business. McMahon came up clutch late, but I did not play well. And then in my next 2 games consecutive, we got matched up on Legend against World Series opponents, and I did not perform. Hit the ball horrendously, was in a bad rhythm. I actually ended up quitting out of the second game to save my bullpen because I was getting schmacked. So I hit the reset button. So I started ripping into those ball as a habit packs that were in my pack inventory. Like I said at the beginning, I've been saving up a bunch of packs from all this grinding that I've been doing in the events and the team affinity and playing ranked seasons. I ripped all the ball-ins, figured I'll just sell all of these golds that I get. Most of them are gonna be duplicates. It will give me enough stubs to finish the Athletics and the Astros, which were the last 2 teams that I needed to finish the American League. We got Garrett Cole as a 12 win in BR early in the year, and we saved up for Trout, so we had the expensive ones done. In the last ball as a habit pack, we did get a diamond. It's not a great one though, and it's not one that I'm gonna be able to sell because it's new, but this here Walker Buehler is gonna help with the Dodgers collection later on. I then circled back to my collections. We finished the American League, which then allowed me to do the American League West. Like I said, Oakland was the last team, and then that gives us the Ricky Henderson. We can lock Ricky Henderson into the AL collection for David Ortiz, and now David Ortiz, Goose Gossage, and Jorge Posada are gonna be the 3 new players to our ranked seasons team from completing the American League. And as you can see, we still have a handful of tough collections here in the NL to complete. We'll get back to that later. The new look no money spent with David Ortiz batting 3rd and Jorge Posada batting 5th in my first game with this new look squad. Let me tell you, going from Legend to back down on Hall of Fame felt like switching from Hall of Fame to rookie. First batter of the game, Mike Trout goes no doubter to dead center field. Hits it out of the deepest part of the ballpark to give us the lead. Skipping into the 3rd now. He hits Trey Turner, and keep that in mind because Trey Turner certainly doesn't forget about it. Cliff Lee, the next batter, is going to rip one over the head of the outfielders and one hops the wall for a double. He hit Trey Turner on purpose to try and set up the double play to our pitcher, and it was a mistake. Next batter, Marcus Semien. He's going to hit a sacrifice fly. That'll score a runner, double our lead at 2. Later in the game now, top of the 4th, Ronald Acuna. He just shouldn't. I'm under that ball. Even the ball with Trout, I was underneath of that ball too. Just don't throw that ball up there today. It was flying out of there. Byron Buxton then comes up, goes back-to-back to start off the top of the 4th. Ryan McMahon, the first out of the inning, is a perfect ground ball into the shift. And then look at this. Trey Turner hits one of the farthest home runs I have ever seen. Our 4th home run of the inning. This one, perfect, went 496 feet. Superfractor Trey Turner, soul snatcher. We were not done there. Skipping into the top of the 6th now. My opponent got 2 back in the 5th, and we decided to punch right back. Opposite field bomb from Posada, then we go backs to back with Buxton. I can't even speak. How do you keep up? It doesn't even feel like, I don't remember hitting this many home runs, if I'm being honest. Ryan McMahon then rips one, splits the outfielders. It rolls all the way to the wall. We'll put another runner in scoring position with nobody out. Trey Turner comes up again. Ever since he got pelted, he has been pelting baseballs. Back-to-back extra base hits, another RBI for him. Cliff Lee comes up and gets another base knock. That one's gonna be an RBI single, and an error will bring him all the way around into scoring position. Marcus Semien then, 2 batters later, perfect the other way. A 3-run line drive homer, 13-2. Not done yet. David Ortiz off the rooftops, 14-2. Not done yet. Ronald Acuna early off the end of the bat. Doesn't matter. 13-run lead before he finally quit. And that set us up for what would be, I needed 2 wins in a row. I was at 889 when I lost those 2 games on Legend. It bumped us back to about 860. This put us back in the 880s, but I was going to be just shy of World Series if I won this one. I knew going in I was going to have to win 2, and we got off to a slow start. Grand slam for Jim Thome in the top of the 1st, so we're playing from behind. Mike Trout's going to get us a run back on a ground ball to 3rd with runners on the corners. Next batter, Marcus Semien with 2 downs, going to rip one out to left. I got to send him. You just had to send him, and we end up bringing him around to score, makes it 4-2. Top of the 5th now. My opponent did get another run. He tacked on. We had a runner on for Trey Turner, and he gets an infield single for a hit. We absolutely needed to cash in. We ended up bunting with our pitcher, and then ripped the gap with Mike Trout, makes it a 1-run game. We have scratched and clawed after the worst imaginable start to this game. But look at it. After having a horrendous start to this game and crawling back in, that's a great swing by David Ortiz for a double play. Into the top of the 7th now. Roy Oswalt still on the mound. Very good swing from Ryan McMahon, goes straight up in the air. Trey Turner now up with 1 out. He's 2 for 2, and he's going to pull one down the line for a knock. That will get into the corner, but a nice play by Ronald in left. Would have been a triple if that got all the way into the corner, but it wouldn't matter. Yordan Alvarez off the bench finds a gap. Trey Turner would have scored from anywhere there. We are tied up again. Finally, we come all the way back and tie it just to give it right back. Bottom 7, 2 outs, nobody on. Jim Thome does it again. Their 6th run of the game, his 5th RBI, and we're down 1. And to just put the cherry on top, we end up, look at these swings. Line drive, David Ortiz, center barrel slider, line out. Ronald Acuna all over that baseball, 100-mile-an-hour ground out right to the shortstop. This is immediately after blowing the lead. We come out, we have a couple good swings, extremely hard hit balls right at people, and then Posada, we weren't on that ball, but the animation was a line out, so I still felt like I was going to get a hit when it came off the bat. We're down to our final 3 outs. This is it, top 9, down 1. Byron Buxton gets a leadoff base hit, sneaks it down the line fair. Trey Turner, 2 batters later, is going to fly out to left. So after getting a leadoff single, we're suddenly backs against the wall, pinch hitter spot. Salvador Perez off the bench, our final chance here. He's down 0-1, and I knew he was worried about us stealing. He did not want Byron Buxton to get in scoring position, and I was looking for him to throw the fastball cutter away, and we drove it out to right. Perfect. We not only tie it, we take the lead with Clutch Salvi off the bench, and then Billy Wagner comes out in the bottom of the 9th and shuts the door on Dante Bichette. Maybe the clutchest home run I've ever hit. And that will set up our World Series game. We're at an 886 rating. We're back up knocking on the door again. If we win this one, we get in. We're going to face Jacob deGrom. This is my first time ever using that Corey Kluber, by the way. We get the scoring started with a Jorge Posada bomb out to right in the top of the second. And from there on, I really just had to pitch my way through this one. Corey Kluber was dotting. It was my first time using him. I know that the sinker cutter combo is nasty, but the sinker cutter on this Corey Kluber card it's not as heavy as the Corey Klubers that we're used to seeing from previous years. The sinker's 91, 93, cutter's 92, 94. It's not 95, 96, 97 like we've seen before. Top of the fourth, after dealing with Corey Kluber, we're gonna get our second home run of this ball game, making it 2-zip. And that's it. We did it. Our opponent actually rage quits right there. I thought we froze for a second, but we win the game, and that puts our rating at 903, unlocking the World Series pack. If I'm being real, playing that one game on Legend was probably the biggest blessing in disguise, because for that 6 innings before I quit in those 2 games, or that one game in 6 innings before I quit, it really got my eyes sped up. And then when I went back to Hall of Fame, it was a wrap. Now back to real-time Shelfy. What a wild ride, man. We overcame some adversity, and when I tell you that I won that last game, it was 5:15 Eastern when that dude quit. I didn't have time to lose that game and then win 2 more. It was win or go home in that final game. We clutched up. And now, after all this playing, I got 50 team affinity packs. I did so many team affinity missions during this process. We also went 12-0 in the event. Like I said, we got that Liam Hendricks, like almost no value there at all. I had about 130,000 stubs during the World Series grind when I decided to get the American League done. The thing is, when you're doing like the divisions, you get like, I think it's 6, sometimes 8,000 stubs back in those collections. We got like 25,000 stubs back when we did the collections. Go into the collections here. The American League, it was 6,000 stubs. The American League East was 2,000 stubs. American League Central 2. So it was 2, 4, 6. It was 12,000 stubs for those. And then each team was another like 1,500, I think. It ended up being like 20,000 to 24,000 stubs I got back in total for doing all the collections. And now the only teams I have left to do are the Padres, Mets, Phillies, Nationals, Cardinals, and the Dodgers. The Cardinals are the only team I need to complete the NL Central. Finishing the Cardinals would give me Stan Musial, which would unlock the 94 overall Ernie Banks. And we got to do the Dodgers, where Mookie's 100K, Cody Bellinger's 120K. You go to the Nationals, Max Scherzer's 20K, Juan Soto's 10,000. Actually, that's not nearly as expensive as I thought it was going to be. Big fish, though, right now is Jacob deGrom, who goes for over 220K. So between Jacob deGrom, Nolan Arenado, and the Dodgers collection, that's about 500,000 stubs. My goal is to do the Cardinals, then get the Nationals and the Phillies done, so I have those 3 collections completed. Prices have come down on cards like Real Muto and Soto and Scherzer, and I want to get those done while they're semi-cheap. I actually could do the Phillies right now. So let's do that. And make sure you put your buy orders in so you save stubs. Sometimes I'll put a buy order in where I throw an extra couple 100 stubs at someone. That's just to get the order done quickly. While I'm making these videos, I don't have time to be undercutting people on the marketplace over and over again. If there's a sniper on the marketplace that's going to keep undercutting me and giving them an extra 200 stubs is just going to get it done, I'm going to do that. But I suggest you be patient and get as many stubs as you can when you're flipping cards on the market or selling anything at all, that is. And just like that, the Phillies are done and only took about half my stubs. 87 Roy Oswalt is unlocked. And now it's down to just 5 teams. I haven't even looked at the Padres. It's gonna probably cost me about 650,000, maybe 700,000 stubs to get this completely done. Let's unlock Al later, open all those packs that we currently have sitting there, get an update on our Mariano Rivera collection, and then we are going to finish this off. I want Chipper Jones by the time this current and new ranked seasons is up. So we will start this ranked seasons in Hall of Fame at 700. For the first time this season, we have an overall season record of 43-13 in the first 2 ranked seasons, and we made World Series for the first time in season 2. Now I just want to update you guys on what I'm doing with my current ranked season squad. Since we now have an entire month before the next ranked season is up, I am going to finish off my parallel progress. Dom Smith is going to go back in. We're going to have him until he hits his 10,000 XP for SUPERFRACTOR 5. No money spent. We're going to be SUPERFRACTOring as many cards as we can all year long, and Dom's too close for me not to finish. David Ortiz is obviously going to be our we need to win this game first baseman, but Dom Smith's going to be in until we SUPERFRACTOR him. We SUPERFRACTOred Trey Turner, and Trey Turner continues to mash. I'm going to keep using him until someone just takes the job from him. His live series is going to continue to get upgraded, as I've been saying all year and have been right. We have him +5. He typically has that really good inside edge boost. Our guy who's about to be SUPERFRACTOred, 9,810. We're less than 200 points from finishing that. So I'm going to do it right now at the end of this video. We're going to hop in that verse CPU parallel grind I've showed you guys before. We're going to hit some dingers with Ryan McMahon real quick and get him the SUPERFRACTOR 5 in this video. Ryan! We are X-swinging for routine flyouts. What a start. What a start. Thank you, Ryan. Let's bring him home. I can always count on Jesse Winker. I power swung there. I was under it. It's to the deepest part of the park. It's off the wall. Ryan! Looks like I finally got one. We got one! Ryan! It wasn't something I could elevate, but I'm going to try and get the RBI if I can. Give me the RBI! Yes! Now let's homer and bring him around. Dumb bombs right on cue. Let's do it again. He's now just 55 points away. Let's have a game. Ryan? Ryan! Okay, yep, I'm just going to quit out and start this one over. Well, there's our first full-on fail. Ryan! Ryan! It's at least going to be an RBI double. It'll at least be an RBI double. Now, hopefully we can bring him around with Dom. That may have been enough. Dom again. I had somebody in the comments on a gameplay last week tell me the Dom's outdated. Dom is never outdated. Let's see what we got. We got SUPERFRACTOR. Yes. Ryan McMahon. SUPERFRACTOR Parallel 5. And don't forget to use code Shelfy at checkout for 20 bucks off your SeatGeek order. Take advantage of that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.